Alright, welcome to this lovely evening. I hope you're all settled down. We still have 4 minutes on our countdown. So get ready, get comfy and cozy, and grab your hot cocoa with some whipped cream on it. Or if you need to go to the loo, that's your time and your cue. On today's topic, we have a Sahuagin Priestess. Something I'm eager to sketch and learn more about when we're going live in about 3 minutes. Together with RedOneArt, which is also fairly lovely, give it away to her. And perhaps you could tell more about your own stream, RedOneArt, because you're doing some unboxing, I've heard.
Yes, indeed. I am doing some different kinds of streams, mostly based on Dungeons and Dragons, but also some unboxing, so once in a while. A few weeks ago, I did a Harry Potter book box unboxing, and last week I did, after the stream, like an hour after, I did the Illumicrate unboxing, which was very much fun. Tonight I will be focusing on the Dungeons and Dragons again, and I will do a prop making for Tyranny of Dragons. So, spoilers for all my players, so don't watch them if you're one of my players.
I'll be sure not to give that one a watch.
No, don't do it. You'll spoiler yourself, and it would be a shame.
Yeah, that definitely would be a shame. But I think I'm just gonna bash some enemies and foes in Skyrim, a game I've been into quite lately. And I've been debating about streaming that one too, but I'm not fairly sure about it because I make a whole lot of bloopers. I'm quite down easily as well. But like most players, I ignore the main quest, and I'm doing all of the silly side quests and leveling my way up.
I love doing side stories.
Yeah,
you learn so much more about the world there in games.
Yeah. Indeed, and Skyrim has lots to offer. So in terms of RPG and RPG adventures, like I'm really debating about streaming that. But more about that, you can vote in our Evermore Discord. Let me link you guys up if Nightbot hasn't already. Membership is always free. You can explore and be around, give some suggestions, perhaps vote on a poll or two, or you know. If you end up donating something during the RPG Art and Talks, we'll be sure to promote you to the accurate standard level that you receive. All right, 1 more minute to go, but it's already time to go and start this show. Perhaps I started the timer a wee bit late. Let's get to it. Here we are. Don't be afraid to chat around if you want to say something. We're always there to listen. It's an interactive chat, and we'll be sure to answer all of your questions about Dungeons and Dragons, or perhaps you've got some other questions. Be sure to count them and ask them in the chat.
Yeah, if you have any questions about the character that we're gonna play, do you have suggestions about the like the character itself, how she should be, or you can always put them in the chat, and we can use them for the drawing.
Perhaps. I'm not going to make any promises about using your references to the art right now. I'm a wee bit stubborn sometimes. But hey, feel free to chitter around, and maybe I will. Maybe.
Oh, but your stubbornness worked really well last week. Our art that we made from the innkeeper of the Elfsong Tavern was brilliant.
I love that one too. It's one of my favorites, I think. We didn't get too far, and I had a bit of a blooper because I apparently had myself muted during that live stream.
Oh, yes.
Oops.
I hope that for the ones who are watching right now, if you can't hear two people talking, please let us know, because we have
Yeah. There's supposed to be two of us. We're having the guest, RedOneArt, and me, the artist, Sansji.
Yes. Like you already mentioned in the countdown, today we're gonna do a Sahuagin Priestess.
Priestess. Yeah.
Sorry.
She could be a princess.
Yeah.
I mean, for all we know. I mean, there's little to know about her.
Yes. We do find this priestess in the Elf Song Tavern, where we are already drawing a few characters from. We drew Tarina, the spy contact that we're searching for in the main quest. And we drew the innkeeper last time. The priestess can be found in one of the large guest rooms that you can find in the inn. You can explore the inn while you're waiting for the rumor that Tarina is afraid of. Or before even finding Tarina, if you just skip her for a moment, if you don't know how she looked like.
Yeah, if you're into side quests like me when playing games and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna explore this area first. Botch the main quest. I'm just gonna hop around and see what happens. Oh, is that the final boss? Oops, I'm dead. And that happened quite a amount of times. Yep.
You did that with our first campaign in the Lost Mines of Pandalfur.
Yeah, we did that several times in Lost Mines of Pandalfur, because it was not my first run when I ran it with you as DM. I also previously, in that very same campaign, also stupendously did the same mistake together with that party at the time, and we jumped into the end boss like, oh, hey, hello, oops.
Yeah, there was a... Also, because I was the first time DM at that campaign, was a little bit hard to handle, but luckily you survived. So
yeah, in a shabby way, yes, but that's what my character would have wanted. And one of those people sometimes. Really depends. I do want to play with the group, because D&D is a group effort, so you can't make a lone wolf that sits in the corner like, oh, I'm not gonna join these people. Like that doesn't work. Like in some way or shape, your character does have to, mingle and talk with NPCs sometimes, but that is not even obligated. As long as you can stand your party members, that's the most important thing.
Yes. If you're not suited for a team, you can also play a 1-player versus 1 DM kind of game.
Is that a thing?
Yes, that is a thing. There are not many stories built on that concept, because the whole concept of fighting monsters is different, because the challenge rating will be handled differently and that kind of things.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, you have to nerf some monsters, as in they're too fucking OP. I mean, oops, floofy OP for I did put this channel on adult, right? Yeah, I did. I think I did. Sometimes I curse a bit. Oops. I'll try my best not to, due to some younger viewers who sneak in, even though this is 18+.
Yes. Even children got smart at that.
Yeah, they're deceiving Twitch. Wow, what an age. And if I'm gonna be honest, I do the bloody same thing if I were that age in this era. I mean,
yes.
I did it before when I was a wee teen, but when I was a wee teen and preteen and younger kid, we had no internet. It was still in the upcoming market, and yeah, we got internet on a fairly late date. So our neighbors and stuff were way ahead of us. We had to make fun outside.
I also played a lot outside, but I did have the internet growing up. So in some ways, I did indeed what the teens today do now as well.
The minute I got a chance, like those 18+ sites, woohoo. Are you 18? Are you sure you are 18? Yes, I'm not lying or something. No, this is totally my birthday.
Yeah, I want to play this game, so I am going to play this game.
I wanna, and I shall, and just looking at some wonderful features.
Yeah. Yeah, about the character itself, it's not very much talked about. She does has a name. She's called Oshalla. I will put it in the chat so that everybody can see it. If you think my pronunciation is wrong, please say so.
Let me see.
This is the name that she got from the book itself.
It sounds to me like Oshalla.
Oshalla, yeah. There's no surname. I don't know if it's usual for this type of race to have a surname or not, because there's a lot in Dungeons and Dragons that doesn't have a surname. And the only thing that's from her visual aspect that's being said is that she wears a cloak made from fishing nets, and that she wears the key of her room on a cord around her neck. That's the only thing that's said in the way of visual to her. So that's a lot for us to like explore what she should wear for the rest and how she looks.
I'm just trying to go and get some facial shaping done. I do want to show the very old art from the Sahuagin species from D&D, one of their older art pieces. Some have 4 arms, some have 2 arms, and we can see that in their later designs as well. Like this is one of their guardians. 4 arms is a bit of a theme. And here's some of their more recent art, featuring 2 arms and having a shell-like, you know, things made of shells and sea stuff. It's really nice.
It is very nice indeed.
And if you ask me, they kind of look a bit like a blobfish. You know what that is?
No, not very yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see.
Yeah, it's a blobfish.
Mm-hmm. There is a little bit spoken about her character, not very much in the sense that her full personality. But in the book itself, it says that she was exiled from the depths for plotting a coup against her king. That's interesting.
Naughty.
Really wondering, yeah, and I'm really wondering why she should do it.
Could be multiple reasons. I mean, we could make up a couple of reasons.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the king wasn't like she's a priestess.
It could be a religious reason that the king didn't believe in the almighty shark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because indeed, Sahuagin Priestess believe in the shark god called Sokola, the god of the hunt. Very typical. The symbol of this god is a shark. That's why she's probably a shark god. And for the rest, there's not much mentioned in 5th edition about this god. You have to go to older edition if you want really more information about this this deity. There is mentioned that the deity itself is lawful evil, and that the suggested domains are nature and tempest. But not very much. But that's also not the problem, because we're talking about the character itself and not the god. More about her in the book is that she keeps to herself in the end. She has her meals brought up to her 3 times a day. And the doors all, like, if you want to explore the inn, the key, because she's wearing the key around her neck, that's the only key that can open it, next to the master key that the inn owner has. And she likes to keep to herself. She locks the door.
A real recluse.
Mm-hmm. There is in the room itself, in addition to a bed, a night table, and a chest, this room contains a desk, a chair, several paintings of coastal and underwater scenes, portable bathtub, and a 10-foot long, 8-foot tall bookcase that holds Oshalla's collection of trinkets collected from the ocean. And that's shells.
Is she really renting the room as in I'm living here, or is it just like for a couple of nights?
I
Because that
think it is
sounds like
for like
I'm living
yeah,
here and I'm hoarding.
yeah, yeah. I think she is hoarding, as I say, like
That
just
sounds like hoarding right over there. And one hoarder toward another. I mean, yeah, you busted.
yeah. And she also has a pouch in her on her room that actually holds some money that she can use to like at least stay here for like still a while. So but because she locks her room and nobody can get in, only like the food is coming in. Um, the tavern staff is not allowed to clean her room, and if you go in there, like the water in the tub is not being refreshed.
Oh,
Room itself is not being
oh
cleaned.
no, no. Oh, she's worse. She's like this cat hoarding lady that has grub all over the place.
Actually, understand it is understandable if you think well where the Sahuagins live from, because they are they can be from the endless ocean swells, but they can also go from fog shrouded coast and more the like mud located
Yeah,
places.
still, lady. I mean, come on. You have fresh mud and you have rotten mud, and yours sounds like a
Yes.
bunch of rotten things, rotten
Hmm.
items. I mean, ugh. I don't even think a mud skipper would like to be in there, and they are living in mud.
Hmm. How old do you think she is?
I think about like in her 50s or something, or perhaps even older, perhaps 70s. I mean, it would make more character. It would make it more interesting if she was one of their elders and having been a priest for a very long time, and some healthy PTSD here and there.
Yeah, I think so. That would also be interesting. Maybe that's why she tried to do a coup on the king. Maybe the king is like the more newer one
Yeah,
for
it's
her
like
society.
little
Is
grub
and he's
and doesn't know a way of the world and it's not listening to her and doesn't heed her warnings about the world,
mm-hmm.
being a little twit.
Yes, I think that would be a very like possible way why she did the coup.
All right, I'm just gonna move from this sketch because we have a bit of a facial sketch over here. Like, and I might want to use some color at this point, so I'm just gonna copy a layer, use my spray paint brush, and say add color. I'm gonna grab one of the newer colors that we have, a bit of a interesting green, some yellow. I'll get to those spots soon enough.
Yeah, because you can see in the older images from the race and now from the newer, the color didn't change much. They are still like the
It did,
green.
it did. If you look at the color comparison, it's a much more brighter kind of green, mixed with, of course, there's some sunlight, not to be mistaken, but that
Mm-hmm.
green kind of shaded towards a different kind of green. And the one in the top bottom, like, or at least the top half over here, this is concept art. It's not official, I think.
Oh.
I didn't find it on official sources. It's really, really, really well drawn, and it has a tattoo
Mm-hmm.
featuring. So I really like this one. It's been done fairly well. Yeah,
Yes.
these are the older guys. They have a more reptile-like featuring skin texture going on them, and they remind me much more of a certain myth that I cannot jump the name on right now as we speak, but it'll plop into my mind after we're done at random in midnight when I'm trying to sleep. Like, oh hey. But yeah, they kind of remind me of an Eastern type of myth, and I'm not talking about Kappa. That's too obvious.
Mm. If you do come up with a name that you think about, let us know.
Oh, I will, I will.
Mm.
Do, 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 do.
In the lore of the Sahuagin, it's also said that settlers next to the coast refer them to as
Sea
sea devils,
devils.
which I can understand if you're like looking at their imagery. Uh,
You know what? Way bit more of orange.
um, if you take the monster manual with it as well. It's you can find the Sahuagin at page 263. There's a lot of actually Sahuagin. Not all characters get like a lot of art and like I would say not subclasses, but subdivisions like with it. You have the normal Sahuagin, but you have also the Sahuagin Priestess that we like drawing now. And you have the Sahuagin Baron. So that's really nice. From the priestess itself, the priestess doesn't wear armor. Most like priestess, if you have a magic users, don't, because they have like the magic to protect them. Some do if you're going to like half casters like paladins, or some cleric subclasses do. Next to speed of like a walking speed, they also have a swimming speed. It's actually higher than the walking speed.
Yeah, I imagine them to be like penguins ashore. Like really waddle, 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 waddle.
Oh, they have the same speed as a human. So
oh snap. They're not waddlers? Yeah. I thought they'd be totally like on land, like with those big flipper like feet. You're not gonna be super fast. No. I mean, just you know. Oh hey, I want to read the chats first. So hey Taffy, you want to offer a promotion of the channel, viewers, followers, and views for chatbots. Price is lower than. Ah wait. Oh, so you're more of a promotional types of person. Wow. Either this is a bot or you're being very oddly specific. I'm gonna have to say maybe I'll think about this. However, I'm just, you know, kind of, and I believe RedOneArt as well, want to go au naturel for those seeing the chat. And we'll see how many followers we're gonna get by the time as we evolve and do our thing, because we're fairly new to this program and all it has to offer. But then again, going back toward our Sahuagin, I've been practicing on the name, priestess, and...
Yes. Like for the priestess itself, they have a high perception. I can imagine that because of the like water adaptation, their eyes also has to be like higher. They are predators.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wanted to talk about them modeling, yay or nay, and I have a disagreement with D&D right now with the campaign rules, if you will, and have me. I have my diver's degree, and I used to dive a little bit here, a little bit there, and I love the underwater world. But the moment I come ashore with those flippers on my feet, I was not gonna be able to run. No way. No way would I be able to run as fast as any other capable human. And at the time, I was in peak condition. You know, yeah, backward perhaps you'd be able to move a little bit faster, but those flip-flops really throw you off your, you know, balance. And I understand that they have bone material on there, and that's not like flip-flops at all as those flippers. They kind of tend to be a little bit more clumsy and stuff. But I'm sorry, I can't imagine them to be fast.
No.
Have you ever watched a duck? Have you ever seen geese? And I mean not flying, I mean walking. Waddle, 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 waddle.
They are, yeah, but they can still be fast. It's not like very...
I can outwalk a duck.
Yeah, you definitely can outwalk a duck, but it's not that they are like slow. But indeed, they should have like the 30 feet of walking speed, maybe like something like 20 or something.
Yeah, true. That sounds more like reasonable. From yeah, you know, my I want realism, but not really point of view.
Yes.
Because none of this game is realism. I mean, it's all fantasy. But yeah, I do like some basic standard rules of physics and the kind of shizmagig.
And that's why we, as we are drawing now, we can adjust the image as we want, of course. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now I'm gonna stick to the original designs of a typical Sahuagin and see how far I can come. I see that this picture, this is the concept art piece that is from a fan piece, I believe, has the frills over there. But so does the original piece over here. It's like behind the the eyes, and just before the fins, it's like they have a fish, really kind of like fish-like head before it jumps back toward.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's also
the
one
fins
of
are
their.
behind the gills.
Yeah, that's one of their abilities. It's called limited. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce this very well. Amphibiousness.
Yeah, it's like labyrinth lungs, capable of breathing water and
yeah, they
air.
can breathe air and water, but the priestess needs to be submerged at least once every 4 hours to avoid suffocating.
So it's still and much like the mud skipper. I mean, if you know about the animal, really cute.
I don't.
Really cute. Look it up. Look it up on YouTube. Well, I wouldn't say YouTube right now, but Google. You can use Google. I'm pretty sure of it. You're not drawing. I'm drawing. So your hands are free.
How do you
Mud
write
skipper. It's mud MUD, and then skipper as in the S from serpent, and the K from Karen, the I from I, you, and me. And then there's a P from whale.
I have found it. They are indeed cute.
Yeah.
I love their little eyes on top there.
Yeah, they have bulging eyes.
Yes. Oh, but they can have
yeah,
really nice.
Yeah, they can jump above water. They can be like they're kind of living in mud, as their name suggests.
Mm-hmm. And they can also they need water to survive, but they can stay above water for some time.
Yeah, for some time they can perfectly stay above water, but they also need water, and they can breathe air. That's one of their features as well. So this is why when you mentioned the stats and their abilities from the Sahuagin, kind of reminded me of a mud skipper.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. But because they are of course, connected with the shark god, they also have some special abilities connected with that. One of the abilities called blood frenzy. That means that the Sahuagin has advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all its hit points.
I smell blood. You're bleeding. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah. That reminds me so much of Nemo. Everything was fine with the sharks, everything, and then the moment he got a I think Dory it was a bleeding nose, it's all got wrong. And they have another ability called shark telepathy. They can magically command any shark within 120 feet of them using limited telepathy. Probably the limitation is in that sharks, because they are beasts in the world, beasts do understand commands simple ones. But if you're going to do complex explanations, what they need to do, there's a limit. They can't do anything. And probably there's also a limitation about if you say jump out of the water, go on land, and if they do,
not gonna happen.
No, they have a sort of self-presentation. They're not gonna do that. Because he is a priestess, he also can do spell casting. And it's very interesting because a priestess itself is actually a 6th level spellcaster. And not surprising is that her class is a cleric class, that she has cleric spells prepared. And that her ability is wisdom. As cantrips, she has guidance and thaumaturgy, which connects to the help of the goddess, but also thaumaturgy, the predator, the intimidation kind of things, because thaumaturgy is mostly used for booming their voice. It has also other uses, but that's where it's mostly used for. As 1st level spells, she has bless, detect magic, and guiding bolt.
Being a true inspirational leader. Of course you wouldn't like the new king.
As 2nd level, she has hold person and spiritual weapon. Her spiritual weapon is going to appear as a trident. as that is the weapon the Sahuagin use. Next to
Yeah.
their bite and claws, of course. And at 3rd level, she has mass healing words and tongues. I think those spells are actually very interesting because mass healing words is like, yes, she's a cleric, but it's interesting that maybe suggests that she's also being used in like raids, because why otherwise do a mass spell instead of like 1-by-1 curing if you're like into a temple? You have to heal multiple like people at once. That's why a mass spell is for.
Oh, perhaps the new king didn't want to raid anymore. And she's like, yeah, but I was built for this, so F you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's also very interesting. Like,
and didn't want to do the whole, you know, take what is ours kind of thing. Like, just you know, kind of give in for whatever land scum she might have thought of. Like, no, land creatures aren't worthy. That whole kind of racist thing.
It could even be as Sahuagins have a very, like, already a very long war with the sea elves, that maybe the new king wanted to do like a peace kind of time
yeah.
with the sea elves. And of course,
for some reason with sea elves, I have them pictured as sea monkeys.
Why?
I don't know. It's just my mind. Like, the minute you talk about sea elves and sea fairies, whatever, I'm just thinking about sea monkeys.
Yeah, so sometimes indeed when you talk about something, it's just sparks something, like, yeah. But I was also talking about this spell tongues, which is also very interesting because the normal Sahuagin only talks Sahuagin. I don't know if the language you pronounce the same as the creature itself, but they have their own language, and that's the only thing they can speak. The creatures in Baldur's Gate sent to Avernus in the inn can speak Common. Probably she learned it over time after her exile because she needed to like at least a room. But you can also cast tongues.
Yeah, that's interesting. And also, as in terms of her fin, because I'm seeing a lot of up straight fins, and I was thinking about Free Willy. Like, what if she's been tamed? Like, gone meek. Besides, she is also fairly older. I mean, like, yeah, some of the elderly stuff. But to her, living on land must be feeling like captivity.
Yes. Because she is made for like diving. That's also probably why the water top is always full of water and she's not like draining it, because if the water is not coming back, she has a problem. She's gonna suffocate.
Yep. But I don't imagine that's dirty water to be good for breathing as well. I mean, you'd have to replenish that water. Lady, I mean, how do you want to breathe trash? Are you some kind of trash fish? Some trash panda?
Maybe she's actually done with it. Like, she first did the refreshment of the water like all the time, but now she's not doing it, and she hopes that at least the water eventually will kill her.
Oof, that's depressed. Aww.
Could be. Like,
it could be. It could be indeed.
Yeah.
May want to fold this a bit. Can we? Do we have an option? Yes.
The war from the Sahuagin and the sea elves, are actually really interesting, because in the monster manual there's a phrase that says the Sahuagin might control the oceans if not for the presence of their mortal enemies, the aquatic elves. That is really interesting, because that also means like that the Sahuagin are either very strong or like very large numbered.
I think they're largely numbered in comparison to whatever sea elves are left.
Yeah, if I check their challenge rating, indeed, like the Baron is like challenge rating 5, but the Priestess already is like challenge rating 2, and the normal Sahuagin, probably like the most of it, is only challenge rating a half. So indeed, I think it's mostly the numbers. And I don't know much about sharks. Like, do shark like procreate very fast?
Well, it really depends on because they are an egg-laying type of being, but I do not know if D&D is going to be realistic on this point of view, or like we're just doing something. So within their rules and settings, I have no clue.
No, but in normal terms?
Normal like terms, not necessarily. There are some shark species who are a little bit faster than others, but most of the time it just takes a while. And most of their young die early, which is why they have many, many eggs. Oh, and there's also some life-bearing sharks, like the great white, I believe, from the top of my head. And then the sisters and brothers are devoured by the strongest one in the womb of the mother. So, no. The answer is definitely no. on several cases and things like nurse shark, tiger shark, I'm going to say no. It's not fast.
So that's a more over time going large number thing, and that they stay like that.
Yep. Yeah, or they could be murder bunny honeys, and I'm not basing their Sahuagin aren't sharks, you know, so you can't base their information on sharks.
That's true.
So as for the Sahuagin in appearance, they give me mudskipper vibes, and I think the mudskipper does breed a little faster than sharks in general. But they're humanoid sentient beings. I mean, maybe they're just their metabolism or their breeding status is murder fuck bunnies. I mean, could be. That's sometimes how I refer to humans, because we tend to breed quite fast in comparison to other species or mammals, mammalians, and this is amphibian, so that's...
Could be.
And we're then, also ruiners of our planet.
Yeah.
Maybe they are too.
Like if they are indeed like predatory bunnies, like in their thing, then I'm really happy that there are the Alps to just at least cut their numbers. That
yeah, a little bit. Like we're all gonna die.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, I ditched the Free Willy thingy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe it's just fin-based or something, but I'm just going to give her a couple of cuts here, there, like, you know, it's being worn and torn. She's been here for a while.
And before that, she did probably raids with the rest of the Sahuagin against the sea elves.
Yeah. She might have done that. I'm also going to give her... That's this in the new subject there. And we have space over here. Maybe she's a trinket like a shark tooth.
Oh, yeah. As like she suggests, she is a hoarder. She definitely would have something, yeah.
Just going to steal some coloration over here. I still need to do the entire jaw. I'm stealing colors as I go, like, and I'll change it as I go and do so, like making it darker, making patches. It's like,
Are you also going for like the teeth around her neck?
Yeah, I'm still working on that, as you can see. Unless you're unable to see the stream, that is.
No. I was assessing, but like, is that also a shark teeth kind of thing, or is it like another?
Hold up. We had our music cut off, even though I had Nightbot installed to do just that. No, just like explained earlier, the earrings are shark teeth. Like everything shark teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Or tooth. Yeah, teeth. Yeah, I must still have to. It's gonna be a sketch. It's not gonna be 100% looking like the actual deal of a shark. I mean, I don't have time for that.
No, but I thought maybe you had other ideas for like the teeth. Maybe it could also be another creature of the sea.
No, no, she is a shark worshipper. I mean, gotta stay with the theme.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I
I love also the connected theme of the sea that we have now in like our last characters, if you see it.
Yep.
All like oceans connected. I think, or trident from last, like the
Triton,
or
not trident.
Triton,
You're thinking about something else.
Yeah, so I was Triton from last week, or half Triton actually.
Half Trident and a lot of something else.
Yeah, quarter elf, quarter dragonborn. I think we had.
Yeah, dragonborn was in there too.
That was a very interesting one as well. There's also like a little thing underneath in the monster manual about like an account of the aftermath of the Sahuagin raid, and it said the village was empty, the seagulls were strangely quiet, and all we could hear was the surge of the sea. Oh, I really sometimes love those little notes that they got in the books. Like Atasha's also have a lot, Senators has a lot. And I do also have love them in the monster manual. They're not always great, but they do sometimes give off a feeling. And I love the inscription of the Sahuagin. Like they love that they also bring in like the sea elves a little bit more, like the war, because that is a very interesting point. You don't know how long the war has been going on. But it's,
sometimes I find some art, like when they're going on about war, oh, these species are at war, like, why can't they be friends? Why does it always have to be war? I know war makes for interesting tales and stories, but you know what? I've read so much about it, it's getting dull.
Yes, that's true. But indeed, what you said is also making interesting stories, because if they, you can get friends from both, you have a very conflictful story about
you can totally be the between merchant, trading weapon stock to both sides, like fueling the war and while benefiting from it. I mean, if you have evil players.
Oh, actually, I'm reading something very interesting. Maybe it's also for you, Julia. That'd be nice to hear.
No clue. Is it about our character?
It could be, depends on how you want to change it too much, but I don't think so. But it's like their hatred from the sea elves is so damn intense that they adapted to combat their ancient foes. The Sahuagin, born near enough to a sea elf community, can enter the world as a Malanti, which is a Sahuagin that physically resembles a sea elf in every way. The Sahuagin are prone to mutation, but whatever this rare phenomena is the result of the wars between the Sahuagin and the sea elves, or whatever it preceded or even began the conflict, none can say.
Yeah, right now that's hindsight information.
Yes, but I just wanted to point it out because it's really interesting lore. Oh damn, that could be used for a great campaign, because they can use those as spies or assassins in
absolutely.
That's really great. And it makes a little bit more of paranoia and suspicion among the sea elves, because they can't fully know if a sea elf is 100% sea elf, or that there is a Sahuagin amongst them.
I hate my enemies so much I turn into them.
Yeah, that. I think that's really fun.
Oh, that's funny. Talking about throwing a temper tantrum. It's like they have their terrible twos.
Oh yes. Oh, I think it would be a little bit difficult to be like a Malenti, or you call it by the right word, in like a Sahuagin community, because I think like the eating pattern would be a little bit different. I don't know.
I think they're worshipped as heroes.
You think?
If they hate their enemy so much, and then if one of them is capable of turning into the enemy, they'd be treated as heroes because they're valuable assets in their war.
That's true. That's really true indeed.
If you don't treat them like heroes, like you treat them like backyard scum, they're not gonna deliver the results that you might want to get from them.
Yes.
Besides, now if they're hated too much, breeding among the folk with the Malenti will dwindle, and their numbers will go extinct. So you cannot keep these features if you hate them. It's called selective breeding is a thing. It's just a sprinkle of my thoughts.
Do you think Oshalla or Priestess would like love to use Malenti in the race?
I think she'd use them all over the place, considering her age, and she probably knows how to sniff them out as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there should be a way that a Sahuagin can identify a Malenti different from a sea elf. I think at least a Sahuagin would know. I don't know how, but
maybe pheromones, like they smell the same kind of scent. That they're more pheromone based.
That would I know that elves have a higher perception because of their eyes. Maybe
those are eyes, but this is smell, so they're blinded for this one.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to say.
Yep.
Like the higher perception of the Sahuagin is probably in their smell.
Because they have the shark frenzy and the whole I smell blood.
And I'm going crazy over that.
Yep. I will certainly throw them off. I'm just gonna go peek at those noses right over there. A blobfish nose. Like, yeah, kind of.
I am in the stat block of the priestess, probably also because it's called a priestess and not a priest. There's these. They're always referring to sea. Well, while they're talking about the Baron, they always talk about a he, and in these, the lore itself, it says that the self-styled rulers of the Sahuagin ocean domains are massive mutant males that grow second sets of arms. That's where the second arms are coming from. They are terrible foes in battle, and all Sahuagin go down deep before those powerful barons.
I don't think it's easy to tell the difference between male and female Sahuagin. That'll be an entire thing.
I think that's also by pheromones.
Yep.
But for a human just seeing them, you have no idea.
No clue. What are you? One way to find out.
Yes.
When it's too bloody late.
It is also interesting that probably they also shed a pheromone in the water that is being recognized by sharks, because even untrained sharks recognize Sahuagins as allies and don't prey on them.
Yeah, they don't bother them. Oh, maybe she has some beauty spots.
Oh, yes.
As in, those elderly spots? I forgot the English term.
Oh,
People sometimes
yeah.
have them, and I know that. Hold up.
Yeah, we already made her some older, so indeed she would also have some.
Oh, barnacles could be a thing. Sorry.
Oh yes, that would be perfect for this.
Especially because she's in dirty, murky water all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you really need to get those barnacles done.
No, go to the Sahuagin's beauty salon though. Should do that.
Barnacle removal service. You've been doing a whole lot of. Oh, that could be a typical sign of laziness if you got barnacles or being old. Because if you're lingering too long in the water, you could get barnacle growth. Because barnacles stick and attach themselves to still sitting things, and then they become a plague. I'm just doing barnacles from the top of my head, so they're just gonna represent the image and not the fully, designated art pieces. They're just the idea of them being barnacles.
Yes. Yeah, we also we're already 3/4 in. Time really flies. So we still have a little bit less than 15 minutes. I also just did a peek on their stats. They are I think most of all of them are above the average, above the 10 that you normally have for a commoner. A strength of a Sahuagin, doesn't matter if it's a normal one or a priestess, is slightly above. Dex doesn't change that much. They are apparently commoner as in the dexterity thing. Constitution is higher, probably because of the the raids and the war going on, that their bodies developed over time, that they at least could take a hit if the war goes on. And there are challenges because of the priestess is a little bit higher. Wisdom as well, and wisdom is higher than the normal ones. Is not really a surprise because he is a priestess, and priestess got their spells from the wisdom stat. So that one is definitely above average. It's a 14 instead of a 10, so that's and also the charisma is slightly above average, probably because of not more the charismatic kind of go that Bard has, you can easily talk to people, that kind of thing, but more the charisma goes up because of the intimidation. They have a particular look to them, and that's why they get the high charisma from. They of course have dark vision, but I'm not really surprised by that because of they lurk in deep dark water as well. So they should be able to see something down there. In the a little bit more about sharks. I mean, do sharks itself?
They're not. They commonly, and this really differs. And yeah, you have many types of sharks. I mean, they have a keen sense of smell. Blood frenzy is a thing in real life as well. However, their sight is quite poorly. They do have sensitive eyes, as far as I know, and it doesn't count for all sharks.
Are there shark types that go very deep?
Yeah, you have the frilled shark. The frilled shark is one of the deep water sharks, and that one standardly doesn't come to the surface. If it does, it's either very sick or dying. You can look them up. They have a very unique dental thingy. They have very unique teeth. Oh, like a seal has very unique teeth as well. Oh man, wink wink.
How was the shark called?
A frilled shark. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Damn I'm gonna jam this way through.
Oh, I see. Oh, they're indeed very interesting, the teeth.
Yeah, they are. They tend to be a thing.
Damn.
You get any chilly willies? The heebie-jeebies?
Yes. Oh,
I think they're cute.
That's kind of... Oh, I get... If those teeth will bite you, you're stuck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no going back from that. Also, the Murray eel has a jaw within a jaw. I mean, if you're stuck in there, you're stuck in there. Don't pet your Murray eel. But we've already discussed this during the Ariel Gone Rogue chat.
Mm-hmm.
Quite adamant on people not petting eels. I mean, come on.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it. I know it's tempting, and I'm tempted myself to pet an eel, but hooey patooey. When they bite, they bite.
If you saw the art of Angel, it's looking adorable.
He is cute.
But indeed, still, don't pet the eel.
Don't pet your pet eel. Don't pet a wild eel either. That's even worse.
Yeah, they will bite even quicker.
Not necessarily if they mean to bite. If they even try to even if they try to carefully take a piece of food from your hand, if they accidentally set their teeth or sink their teeth in your thumb or finger, it's gone. And they don't even have to mean it. It's just, accidents happen. You can't blame them, so don't pet them.
No. I can see you're busy with the fishnet cloak.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely not liking my choices right now, but...
Yeah, going into the last minutes, you're gonna...
You know what? You know what it is, so I'm just gonna... La, 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 la. You can always wish for the character to come back or something.
Yes. Oh. That would be... Because there's indeed still underneath, like, the cloak itself. And I want to see the finishing tooth around the neck. Yeah. I hope that everybody else can still see that it's a sort of fishnet going around her as a cloak.
Oh yeah, I'll fix that in a jiff. Hold up, I have tools for that. Could make it darker, I can make it lighter.
Oh, that works, yes.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, this is nice. Okay, so we're going to the last few minutes. The chat, if you want to see her in the last few minutes finishing something up or working on that piece specifically, just say it in the chat.
I'm gonna say you had your chance, Pallies. I'm sorry. Just go for and wish her back if you really want to see more of her. I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Up.
Chirp, chirp.
Yeah. Still wondering why she's going in the muddy water though.
It could be like you said, it could be depression, it could be a whole lot of things. Or maybe she doesn't have had the time yet to cleanse the water, being a bit afraid of whatever else is out there and that she's hiding for a purpose.
Oh, that could be because you don't have real running water in I see in the Forgotten Realms. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I think it works like getting the bucket and then up and down, but.
I'd say it depends on what type of magic user you are and what your DM is going to favor and allow. That's a great deal on the DM.
Indeed, there are spells like create and destroy water that it can empty and fill the bathtub.
Yeah, so why hasn't she done that? I mean, she's a priest, she can cast spells. Lazy butt. That's why you get barnacles.
Is the spell like a cleric spell? I will check it out.
No clue, but if one of these species and races should know that create water and destroy water, it should be the Sahuagin as well. I mean, along with sea elves. I mean, it's kind of aquatic thing to do.
Yeah.
Even water ganassi know about it.
It's a first level transmutation spell, and it's for the classes cleric and druid. Yeah, so yes, she should have it.
I don't even think she should be a cleric to do this. I think she should be able to do it because of her species. But that's an entirely different discussion.
Actually, for that, yeah, I don't think so, because she's normally she would already live in the water, and she's not needed to create water. So.
Yeah, but they're amphibious, so they do crawl ashore. So wouldn't it be natural, if they explore or venture off to Fayas or somewhere, more inland, that they have such a spell prepared?
Yes.
There you go.
That's true.
Just my piece of candy and thought on their case. I mean, I know that Wizard of the Coast cares a great deal about their characters and really put in the effort in the show into how they work. But me as an artist, I just like to think about why, what.
Yeah. So, Wizards of the Coast, if you're watching, you can hire us. We have enough time on our hands, and we would love to dive in more in the characters and the monsters, of course.
Character lore and stuff, and a little bit of everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that furthermore. I'm just gonna leave it at barnacle face.
Yes, I do. I love the barnacle idea though, but that is the wear of old age that you get.
Yeah, it could be old age, but it could also be sitting still. I mean, barnacles do tend to be a thing of you sitting still and then they're there. You have to sit still for quite some time.
In this combination, it would definitely be both.
Yeah. And I am not thinking that they are super vain or something, but some of them, if they get barnacles, I'd rather have them gone than being there, because the barnacles are parasitic things, and they're also annoying for whales and stuff. Especially for turtles, sea turtles, they really get they're slowed down, they're unable to escape predators at one point, so barnacles are really a bad thing.
Yeah, for a lot of.
And I'm not saying you should go and remove barnacles on sea turtles. Please let that be done by professionals. Don't do it yourself. They're painful and they're really stuck in there, and you can cause a lot of damage by doing this to a sea turtle. So leave them on. Just call for help.
Yes.
All right, I'm not gonna touch the drawing anymore. I think I'm not quite okay with the result. That this is as far as we got today, so I'm gonna enjoy my beer.
I think we are getting further and further into the drawings in 1 hour or so.
Yeah, the whole progress.
So, or Oshalla or Sahuagin Priestess this time.
Yeah, indeed.
So, are there still any mentions you want to do at the end of this stream?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just we're gonna do the standard thing, and that is rating. We're gonna go see who's live and who isn't. There you go. I'm just gonna save the file so you guys know that I have it saved and stored on my computer. And who knows, maybe in the future you can purchase her art on my website. Who knows, maybe.
Yeah, you still have a little small time if you want to donate. You can have this art already.
Yep.
So donate on Sansji's PayPal. I think you can find it. Is it in the chat or is it
Nightbot should have had this chat spammed, but it's too late right now to do that. But you can also just join the website or join our Discord, ask around, and we're gonna go raid Adrix. Let me see. He's playing Pokemon. Who's ready for some Pokemon? I am.
Yes, do some Pokemon. Let's go.
I'm starting the raid.
Okay. See you next time. next Monday.
Yes, next week. Woo! And we're raiding.
Actually gonna get the sprite. But how are you doing? Hold on. Hoot. Hoot. Uglin? What does Uglin mean? I have a feeling that means something. Bum 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 bum. The owl? I can't tell if you want to name him Uglin or if you're calling him ugly. 'Cause that's just mean. I joined the chat a wee bit